Ms. Lerner, on January 2nd of this year, you sent a letter to Secretary Napolitano. On page 3, you said, quote, "I have concluded that there is a substantial likelihood that the information provided by the whistleblower to OSC discloses a violation of law, rule, or regulation, gross mismanagement, and abuse of authority, and gross waste of funds." You stand by that statement, correct? Your microphone, please.
I do.
Ms. Emerson, is she right or is she wrong?
We are currently in the process of...
Wait. Currently in the process. This is a letter that was sent on January 2nd. It's now November 20th. Is she right or wrong?
That's currently under review by the Office of General Counsel.
How long does it take you to review this?
From what I understand, it's going to take several months.
Well, we're in month 11. How many more months do you think it's going to take?
I'll have to get back to you with that, but from my understanding, it'll take several months. I know...
What is your role?
I am the Chief Human Capital Officer.
The Chief Human Capital. You're in charge. Who do you report to?
I report to the Undersecretary for Management.
What's his name or her name?
Presently, there is an acting. That would be Chris Comiskey.
How long have you been in this role?
I've been the DHS Chico since August of 2011.
When did you first become aware of this problem? My
office first became aware of it somewhere in 2009, former Chico.
So you knew it was a problem in 2009?
The office worked on some
When did you personally, Ms. Emerson, when did you become aware of it?
I personally became aware of it. It came to my attention in late April.
Of this year?
Yes.
Do you think anybody's been dishonest?
That's under review right now by the OGC.
What's the question here? We have the Office of Special Counsel who has reviewed this and come up with a definitive report on this. What do you need to do that Ms. Lerner hasn't done?
What I understand is that Ms. Lerner had some very serious concerns regarding the administration of AUO at DHS. That report or letter was sent to the Office of General Counsel, and they are working with the component. They're also working with my office, the Office of the Chico, and reaching out to the component experts to look into the matter.
Has anybody been fired?
Regarding this, I'm not knowledgeable on that at this point.
You're the Chief Human Capital person. You can't point to a single person who's been fired, let go. What are you going to do to claw back the dollars?
That's under review with the Office of General Counsel.
What are you here to talk about then? Everything's under review? Who's reviewing it? Who should have been here to represent the department? Are you the chief or are you the...
I'm the Chief Human Capital Officer, and I have oversight throughout DHS for human capital programs. I am involved presently with the review being done by OGC to look at AUO administration.
No, what about the specific allegations?
Those are all being reviewed currently.
When are you going to come to a conclusion?
In the next several months.
No. Give me a date. What's the date?
I'll have to get back to you on the date. I've been informed that it will be a few months.
Do you think anything that has been done has been dishonest?
As I said, I'd have to look into the facts. I know they're being reviewed right now.
This started in 2008. It was brought up again in 2009. A letter went to the Secretary on January 2nd of this year, and you're still reviewing it?
As I said, it is under review by the Office of General Counsel, and it's a case-by-case, component-by-component review of AUO usage.
Can you point to any case where we're clawing these dollars back?
I know that there has been work in that area.
You said in your testimony, the testimony that you never gave us in advance, we had trouble getting right now, you said, quote, "At the request of special counsel, on October 31st, Acting Secretary Beers ordered an expeditious and comprehensive department-wide review of our compliance and rules with the governing use of AUO." October 31st? You started a few days ago? She sent a letter to the Secretary on January 22nd saying there's a substantial likelihood that the information provided by the whistleblower discloses a violation of law, rule, regulation, gross mismanagement, abuse of authority, and a gross waste of funds, and you didn't start a review until October 31st?
That review is the component-by-component, department-wide review. That information was handled by OGC and forwarded to the Customs and Border Patrol, and they were working on those specific instances were specific to CBP.
I can tell exactly why this continues to be a problem. There are tens of millions of dollars, taxpayer dollars, that are being abused. They're being stolen from the American people. And you're doing nothing about it. You've known about this since 2008. It was highlighted in January, and yet nothing has been done. Don't tell me that there are months that we got to continue to review this. There are people that need to be fired. There are dollars that need to be clawed back. There are people that maybe have a violation of law that should be going to jail. So I hope we get the right person from Homeland Security to come here. This committee will hold another hearing with the right person who's actually going to testify to Congress. But don't tell me that you need more dollars, more resources. You hear Nancy Pelosi saying, oh, well, we're at bone bare, the cupboard is bare, there's nothing to give. There are too many thousands of people who are working hard, doing the right thing, and guess what? They're getting screwed by the Department of Homeland Security because those people are stealing from the American people. You take that back to Homeland Security and let them know they are going to deal with Congress, they are going to be candid about this, they are going to hold people responsible, and they are going to be candid in making sure that they're responsible with the American taxpayer dollars. Your answers, quite frankly, you're a very nice person, but your answers, quite frankly, they're not acceptable. For you to be the chief human capital person and you have no answers to any questions saying everything's under review because, well, it's not in my department, it's with the general counsel. It's inexcusable.